And it is a very good evening from me, Johnny Bryan. Croeso Cymru, welcome to Wales for the latest instalment of BUCS Super Rugby for 2017-18. The defending champions have come to maybe one of the champions-elect. Cardiff Met host Hartpury in the 13th round of BUCS Super Rugby. Let's see where the lay of the land lies right now, and in this towards the bidement of this BUCS Super Rugby season for 17-18. 5 games to go for Cardiff Met, and as you can see, it's really a four-way dance at the top of the table, with Leeds Beckett still have 2 games in hand. Northumbria were due to play Nottingham Trent today. Unfortunately, that game was called off at midday, so Cardiff now with a win tonight will have the chance to go top. So last week, after the Christmas break, this is what the results were. Cardiff Met with an important win away at Bath by 28 points to 21. Exeter march on with a 10-point victory over Durham. Leeds Beckett and Nottingham Trent will play in a few weeks' time. And Northumbria, the free-scoring, free-flowing Northumbria, put 41 points past Loughborough, winning that game by 41 points to 31. So then, 3 matches were due to take place today. We're here in the Principality, but Cardiff Met play Hartpury. Durham and Leeds Beckett go ahead in half an hour from now. They kick off at 6:30. We'll keep you abreast of what happens in that game. Remember, Leeds still with those 2 games in hand, remember. Still chasing the top 3, and Nottingham Trent and Northumbria. That game will now be rearranged for a later date. So then, let's have a look at the form for the 2 teams coming into this. Cardiff Met's last 3 results, all really comprehensive victories, you could say. Winning against Durham by 31 points to 22, then a 13-point victory, Loughborough by 32 points to 19. The only little notch on the picture there was that away loss at Exeter by 29 points to 24. But look at the last 3 wins. Northumbria, a victory there. Nottingham Trent, an away victory, and then that away victory at Bath last week. 6 out of 7, that's right, that puts them in the hunt for the Super Rugby title. Hartpury, on the other hand, they have had a stuttering start to the season. They lost 4 out of 4 at the start, but their 3 latest victories have only been in recent time against Nottingham Trent, Durham and Loughborough. Very tight affairs as well, the last 2. And chatting to both their coach earlier, they said they could really put a stern test against Cardiff this evening. As I mentioned, I spoke to both the coaches beforehand, the Cardiff coach Danny Milton and the Hartpury coach Sean Lynn. Let's hear what both of them have to say. Danny, the defending champions come here tonight. Your thoughts on the tie?
We're really excited to have them. You know, Hartpury have got a great tradition over the last 3 or 4 years of probably being the strongest, or certainly one of the strongest BUCS programs. So we're pretty pleased to have them down here tonight, and hopefully we're in for a good game. Conditions seem a bit more favourable than they did this morning.
Absolutely, it survived 2 pitch inspections, but the game is on. Near unchanged side, only 2 lads bringing in, and Alex Dombrandt's coming back here. He's a big talisman for your side.
Yeah, we're really excited to have him back. You know, Alex has been a big player for us over 3 years. You know, he's really managed himself well. He's had a couple of nasty injuries over the 3 years, but to see him back out there tonight playing, we're pretty excited to have him back.
No game up at Nottingham, so Northumbria can't go top, but you can with a win tonight. So a little bit of pressure on the lads, maybe?
Oh, you know, it'd be great to get that win tonight and move to the top of the BUCS table, but, you know, it's going to be about a performance, and we've got to get that performance right, get the hard work in, just for us to be able to, you know, match what is a really talented Hartpury side.
You're in the title race, there's no doubt about that. 5 games to go. In theory, 5 wins. Will that be enough? Well, of course it should be enough.
Yeah, well, you know, I suppose, you know, cliche as it is, you've got to take every game as it comes. What have we got? We've got Hartpury today, Durham next week. The games keep coming thick and fast, and I think that's what's so exciting about this BUCS Super Rugby programme over the last sort of year 18 months, is every week's a really big game, a really exciting game, not just for the players, but for the staff and the fans who'll come down and watch tonight. Hopefully it'll be a really exciting night.
So we've got 1 talisman, Alex Dombrandt, another one on your side, Thomas Morgan, could break a little record this evening. 9 more points from his boots. He'll have the Super Rugby record for most kick points in a season. He's been a big talisman for your side again.
We had a bit of a go at him in pre-season because we looked at his average from last year, and I think he was about 64%, so I think he thought he was a bit better than he was last year, so we did get into him a bit over pre-season, and he's put a lot of hard work into his goal kicking, and it's certainly been a big factor in some of our success this year.
So it should be a great game. We look forward to it. Dan, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Sean, we're here in Cardiff. You brought your lads here against one of the title chasers.
Yeah, no, definitely.
On a pitch that has been a fortress for them this season, unbeaten. It's going to be a tough test tonight.
Yeah, always a tough test whenever you play against Cardiff, especially in Kincoid. It's a tough test, and you know we're looking forward to it, especially after the Christmas break. Shame we didn't play them when we were on a roll just before Christmas, but a break did us well.
Sometimes as a champions you get the run of the luck, and when you're defending sometimes you don't get that run of the luck, and it seems that's happened to you this season. We've only seen you once at the start of the season at Loughborough, but since then it's been injury after injury and just not the rub of the green. No,
it hasn't been, and you know, and I think a lot of the boys have shown a lot of character. We've tested the resources of our squad, and the boys have come through, especially with the wins, Durham away, and then Loughborough at home to finish on a high, which was great for 2017.
3 out of 9 so far, 7 games to go. What is now the target for you?
I just think we're taking one game at a time, you know, and especially this Cardiff Met game at their place. It's a tough place no matter where they are in the league. So it'll be tough again one tonight, but it'll be hopefully an interesting one.
The Super Rugby may be out of reach this season, you say in theory, but the Championship is still up for grabs, so maybe now searching for maybe a top 4 place to give yourself home advantage as we head towards the playoffs in March.
Yeah, I think everybody in the league understands how much finishing that top 4, and it is crucial to have those home quarter, home semi is nice to have. Yeah, you know, and like I said, I'm not looking too far ahead of that. I got to concentrate on Cardiff Met and then Exeter home next week. So, but this is the week that we're concentrating on and looking forward to it.
Finally, 7 changes from the side that you won last time around. What you thinking?
You know, I'd like to say those 7 changes are going to give me a win, but it is a tough one, and Cardiff Met are playing very nice and a different style of play, which is interesting, and it'll be a good game.
We wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Sean. Well, too often what's the great line? Too often the plans of mice and men too often go astray. That was the voice of Sean Lynn. Apologies, we lost pictures when we did our chat earlier on. But these are the 2 sides that will take battle on the field shortly. Sam Cochrane and Sean Howard and Harry Seward will be the front row for Cardiff Met. Jack Ardua and Eduardo Balaloco. Alex Dombrandt, keep your eyes on him. He's one of the leading try scorers of BUCS Super Rugby in its history. He's got 10 tries to his name, 9 last season. He's already got notched 1 this season as well, and he only made his return a couple of games ago. Harvey Scott at 7, Aled Evans is the captain at 8, Ben Williams the scrum half at 9, George Simpson 10, Jordan Roberts at 11, Thomas Morgan 9 points away from the BUCS Super Rugby record for most points kicked in a season. He's at 12, Luke Northmore 13, Rhys Keeley 14, Tom Benjamin 15. Just 2 changes from the side that won last week. Hartpury, on the other hand, have made 7 changes. Des Many comes in at 1, Luke Stratford 2, Alex Gibson 3, Rob Fuller at 4, Angus Southern at 5. Tom Pashley is a man who wears his heart on his sleeve. He's the captain at 6. Max Clementson 7, Tom Everard 8, Ben George 9, Sam Leeming coming in at 10, Dwayne Burrows 11, Nick Carpenter 12, Jamie Forrester 13, Akil Smith 14, and Manic Holden, the free scoring fullback, at 15, and coached by Sean Lynn, as you heard before. I'm delighted to welcome into the commentary box for this tie Adam Dove, who's the one of the main coaches here at Cardiff Met. He's telling me before when we come on air he's been teaching the freshers, teaches the youth here, and he's the man who's going to be keeping me warm here in the commentary box. Adam, a very good evening to you.
Great to be here, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Your thoughts on this tie? Hartpury defending champions. We feel they're going through the transition stage that you guys were going through a season or season 2 before. Where do you see this tie going? Fortress Cardiff, on paper, you're the favourites.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've earned that kind of that favourite kind of title for this game. I mean, it seems strange to say that against Hartpury, where we've kind of struggled in recent years. It seems strange to say that we are the favourites, but it's just credit to the work that we've put in the last kind of 3 years or 2 years, building up to where we are at the moment. I think we've got a great chance, and I do see at least 4 points coming from this game to Cardiff Met.
Well, nail your colours to the mast right from the start. Let's look at the league table right now. Bear in mind, Northumbria, that game's postponed. Exeter don't play this week. Cardiff, with a win, will go top. And the old adage in football, as Alex Ferguson used to say, I want to play 12:45 on a Saturday, get the points on the board straight away. That's exactly what you guys will be wanting to do tonight. Put the pressure on.
Absolutely, I think. I mean, last week against Bath, we started quite slowly. I think that's something that's got to change this week. It's something that we've been very good at in recent games. I think I'm not sure what quite happened against Bath, but I can see the boys turning it around. First 20 minutes are going to be really important this week.
Thankfully, the weather has held off. Usually, when I come to Cardiff, it rains. We remember coming here on St David's Day last year, and there was a monsoon. And earlier this season against Loughborough, I seem to have remembered it was pretty greasy conditions. Again here today, a lot of rain here this morning and overnight, but it survived 2 pitch inspections. It's game on, but it's going to be difficult to handle the ball, especially on a greasy surface.
I don't know what you're talking about, John. This is tropical for us. Absolutely tropical.
Will that benefit you guys then, knowing all these tropical conditions that we're used to down here in Cardiff?
I mean, we've shown we can play in kind of any conditions. Last week it was windy, it was difficult conditions, but we came through in the end. I think we've shown this year that we can adapt to the conditions and play as we want to play in the conditions that are given to us. I think this is great conditions for us. Obviously it was raining, wouldn't be great conditions for either team, but I think we'll see some really good free-flowing rugby regardless of the rain earlier.
Well, the Beige Trousers Brigade, or otherwise known as your fellow teammates, are getting ready to welcome the first 15 onto the field. What is the atmosphere like in the whole rugby club right now, knowing that the winning post is sort of in sight and you're in the title hunt?
It's fantastic. I think it's something that's quite unique this year that I haven't experienced in 3 years at Cardiff Met. Is the kind of that real kind of one team feel. It sounds cheesy, it sounds corny, but it does feel like a family. And you see these guys, they're there every week. They got a bus to Bath last week. They were supporting us last week, and it's a great atmosphere at the moment. It's great to be a part of.
Slowly but surely, the replacements are making their way out onto the field, as are the first sets of 15 for both Cardiff and Hartpury. Now, Hartpury will be coming into it with a point to prove. They are the ones with etched their names on the trophy from last season, and they'll be looking to try and cement, more importantly, a top 4 place towards the end of the season and try and finish this season strong.
No, absolutely. I mean, as you said earlier, they've had a stumbling start. I mean, in comparison to last year. And I think they have got it to prove. They won last week, and I think they'll be looking for a win this week as well. So it'll be an exciting game, I'm sure.
Well, absolutely. 15 points to 7, Hartpury won against Loughborough last week. Another side that seems to be struggling this season as well, as they were champions contenders 12 months ago. But alas, we're got a bit of a 4-way dance at the top of the table between Exeter, Cardiff, Leeds and Northumbria as we get towards the grandstand end of this season. Plenty more games that we're going to be bringing you over the next few weeks and months as well. Don't forget to remind you the championship, the playoffs, that they start around mid-March. And indeed, I asked you told you what games we're covering, and these are what they are. We're at Hartpury next week, whereas they host Exeter. Then 2 days later, we're up to the northeast at Kingston Park as Northumbria host Bath. Then Loughborough will host Cardiff Met, and then it gets very, very intriguing. Exeter, Bath, Durham, Northumbria, Leeds, Northumbria. Take the last 3 with a little bit of a pinch of salt, because we don't know where the trophy could be going, and if it's down to one team can win it at one particular game, we may switch to that game. That's the way it goes, but we have to wait and see what these games turn out to be towards the end of February. Could it be Northumbria? Could it be Cardiff, who play Exeter on the 21st as well? That could be a championship decider. Who knows? So, but we're definitely covering in the next few. You can definitely set in stone. We'll be seeing Exeter and Hartpury next week. Northumbria up against Bath. Loughborough against Cardiff Met. Stick them all in your diary as the Hartpury side make their way onto the field. On a lovely evening here this year, there's not a breath of wind as the home team gets roared onto the field. Pretty sure that the cheers was for the home team on the way out to the field and not for the 3 officials. Yes, lovely evening here in Cardiff. It was a lot of rain when I was travelling down from North Wales earlier, taking the scenic route through Hereford and Leinster and Monmouth. It was a very heavy rain, but getting there to Cardiff around 4 o'clock, it was absolutely gorgeous when I arrived. A lot of rain though, but the pitch has absorbed it. We have a game on this evening. And there they are, the men in the yellow, maroon and blue. That's the home side. As Hartpury awaits their opponents. Very important start, very important 10 minutes, Adam.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who establishes their kind of a foothold in the game at the start. I'm looking for, as I said earlier, a quick start from Cardiff Met, but I'm sure Hartpury are looking for the same. It's going to be interesting, first 20 minutes
Captain,
to see who really takes control of this game.
The blonde streaks of George Simpson. He'll be the man who gets us underway.
I think that hair was a bad bet there, John.
we'll have that story later on. A little bit of I think maybe dropped a little. It was from Tom Everard of Hartpury, and good attacking opportunity for Cardiff Met with a scrum inside the Hartpury 22. Not the start that the Hartpury number 8 would have been looking for.
Boys on the set, let's work hard to get
So first test for both of these packs. Ben Williams, the man who will have the put in at the scrum.
Alex Dornbaum back in the back row, adding a bit of weight, a bit more weight to that forward pack. Will be interesting to see who can take control in this first scrum.
Yes, keep your eye on the number 6, Don Brant, who was very free scoring last season, 9 tries to his name in the Super Rugby in the 2016-17 season. Already one to his notch this season as well.
Crouch.
And he's
Bind. Set.
in with the put in. Williams. Simpson. Jordan Roberts. Good strong tackle there from Jamie Forrester, but Cardiff still on the front foot.
No red run.
Strong defence again from the away side, but still in the hands of Williams. Simpson. By Jack Arthur. He releases Simpson again. Northmore. Sean Howard. Henry Sewin.
Give that extra yard.
Williams. Morgan.
Knock on advantage.
Ball comes
Knock
loose
on
and a chance for
advantage,
Hartpury to clear their lines. They may do, but they're going to do it from the back if that's the case. Jamie Forrester going to ground.
Hold, captain. Use it! Advantage over.
George with the kick, and the box kick. Does this stay in field? It does indeed. To Tom Benjamin now. Skipped past the tackle of Max Clemenson. Williams.
Knock on advantage.
Ball's been loose and a chance here for Hartpury to maybe pick up a score here, and they're going to be favourites to do so. What a start this will be for the away side. Underneath the posts. Sam Leeming the scorer on the exact start the away side are looking for. Well, all Cardiff for the first couple of minutes, and out of nowhere, Hartpury take the lead.
Ball's looking a bit slippy out there, a few drop catches, and Hartpury really pounced on that ball there and run under the posts.
Well, let's have a look at the replay from here because it caught everybody off guard. Sam Leeming with the score, and the defending champions, and maybe giving one of the champions-elect something to think about here. 3 minutes into this tie. Leeming with the extras, over it goes, 7 points to 0, the away side lead. Well, talk us through this one, Adam. All Cardiff, and all of a sudden, we're off to the races.
Yes, I mean, as I said, we try to start quickly again. Cardiff Met, but I think Hartpury have soaked up defensive pressure very well, soaked up tackles very well, and they've been patient and pounced on a loose ball there.
So how do Cardiff respond? Early days, Hartpury with the try to the name, just to remind you as well. 4 tries for the bonus point. This BUCS Super Rugby, sponsored by Yoti. Simpson with the restart. Good take in the air by Tom Everard. And Hartpury, the ones here who smelling a bit of an opening here. Des Harvey. Davy Forrester.
Good timing.
George.
Picked the ball up and he's gone. Good timing, Paul.
George into his own 22.
Just hold.
This one should stay in field. Good kick as well. Certainly gave Tom Benjamin something to think about. Here's Simpson.
Just hold where you are.
Kick
Hold.
high into midfield and he's chasing after it. Strong chase, but still into Hartpury possession. George. Tackle there from Alan Evans, the Cardiff captain. It's Luke Stratford. And Hartpury win the penalty.
Quite clearly fallen. Green. Tapped it.
Well, the home side had been put on the back foot here from the away team. Hartpury with that try, and all of a sudden it's beginning to build some momentum and some confidence for the away team.
No, absolutely. I mean, they've been very patient so far. They're letting Cardiff come to them, and in attack they're running hard. They're making meters. It's a strong start from Hartpury.
Over there last year when Hartpury did, well, I think they won everything last year. I think they won their own division on a Saturday. They won the BUCS Super Rugby and they won the championship as well, defeating Exeter in that final. Good take there from Angus Southern. Into the Cardiff 22, looking to
We can play.
maybe double their lead, and that will give Cardiff something to think about. Stratford now. Des Merrick. George.
Penalty advantage, never onside.
Gleaming.
12 and
Malik
5.
Holden, 5 tries for his name, looking for another 6, and it could be a second score! It is going to be a second score for Hartpury! What a start it is for the away side! Dwayne Burrows is over! 12 points to now their lead, and now Cardiff are on the back foot.
No, they've started fantastically, Johnny. Really come out the blocks here, and Cardiff Met look asleep at the moment. They need to step it up.
Well, 6.5 minutes in. Dwayne Burrows the scorer, running the phases here. Malik Holden dances his merry way, sees Burrows to his left-hand side, and over he goes. 12 points to 0. 7 minutes down. And Hartpury, their first game of 2018 so far. 2018 could be a very happy new year for them. Leeming now. Difficult kick. But this to go 14-0 up, and we haven't even played a quarter of this first half.
You said they've had a point to prove, Johnny, and they've really come out and proved that early on.
That's going to miss on the left-hand side. So 12 points the difference. Cardiff yet to get into the tie really at the moment. Right now they're creating the gaps. 8 minutes down. And Hartpury are the ones who have 2 tries to their name. 12 points to 0 they lead. Maybe point to prove is exactly what they're coming to do right now. Losing their first 4 games
Don't change the point. That's
of the season.
Fine,
Come
ball
back this
is
Christmas
out.
break and they look like a
He is
different side from the ones
disconnected.
that played before Christmas. And they're off for the races once more here again. Cardiff really are fast asleep.
Pretty quick response with the Archers now.
The referee just
Whistle's gone.
stops the play there.
Whistle's gone. No.
That's a signal what he's
You were
doing.
tackled here, you have enrolled over them and scrub, don't do it again. He is rolling away, you got to take a man extra. Yeah.
9 minutes in. It will be Hartpury who will have the put in. Our referee is mic'd up this evening, so if you do hear any colourful language, all I can say is my sincere apologies, but you can understand this is a very testosterone-fueled sport, so you may hear the one or two bits of tasty language that may be heard, but my sincere apologies, but sometimes it can't be helped.
We're all well behaved here in South Wales, don't worry, Johnny.
Ben George with the put in and Hartpury win the penalty, which they take quickly. Tackle there from Don Grant. Hartpury go up to the Cardiff 10 metres. This is Malik Holden. It spins around, but still retains possession. Penalty coming Hartpury's way.
You cannot dive over the top of a ruck and take out the nine without the...
I tell you, only 10 minutes into this game right now. Ball goes straight into Sam Leeming's hands.
He dived over the
Is
top.
in range,
He's taken
but
it.
I think he's going to go for the corner here. And indeed, that is going to be the case. Hartpury looking to cement a strong lead in the early part of this tie. So in 10 minutes down, Hartpury lead Cardiff Metropolitan University by 12 points to 0. This BUCS Super Rugby sponsored by Yoti.
Just keep that ball at the front, boys.
Good take from Southern.
Release!
Goes to ground as well.
Good initial line of defence there, but the secondary drive was very good. Transfer by Hartpury.
Right now, they really are at the races. Look at this here. Look at this. This is Holden. And there's going to be a third try. Burrows. Well, now this is a parade in Hartpury. They are raining on Cardiff's parade. And this could be a big dent to their title challenge. 3 tries to the good. And we've only played 11 minutes.
Yeah, Hartpury did very well to suck the players in, suck the Cardiff Met players in there, and then quick hands out wide, score in the corner again.
Well, right now, Hartpury are the ones who have come here for a party by the looks of things. 17 points to 0 they lead, and I don't think Cardiff knows what's hit them. Nicely done indeed. Leeming adds the extras. 19 points to 0. Hartpury lead.
Hey, next minute, fellas, come on.
Against Cardiff Met. Well, looking at some of the comments online earlier, expecting a Cardiff victory here this evening. Well, right now they're going to want to win this game. They're going to have to do it the hard way. I think they've only had one visit. That was a scrum after a minute into the Hartpury 22. Since then, it's been an avalanche of points coming to the men in red.
Not sure what we expected, Johnny, but it wasn't this early on.
Right now, this game could be put to bed really early the way Hartpury are playing. This is the team that won the championship last season, the way they're playing like this. It's the team they haven't seen all season. Well, that one's caught everybody out. Patchley's the one who tries to pick it up. Keeps it in play. And right now the rubber of the green is going to the men in red. Stratford. Gaps opening up here, there and everywhere. Carpenter. Stratford again. George. Picked up. Now then. Oh dear. Well, I think he just got away with one there as Simpson. Now then, Cardiff with the counter-attack. Ball goes, pops up into the air, into midfield, picked up by Hartpury, by their number 9, Ben George. Everard. Gibson. Stratford. Good tackle there from Alex Dombrandt. He's been quiet so far. Needs to get into this tie, especially if the home side want to get anything out of it. Clements. This is Ben George. Patient play from the men in red, and now they send it away to say, Cardiff, your turn. Good take there from Benjamin. This is George Simpson. Simpson now on the run. Good tackle from Max Clemenson to stop the number 10 in his tracks. Still picked up by the men in yellow and maroon up to the Hartpury halfway line. You feel already, Adam, they need to get something on the board here, otherwise they could be out the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even before this game more or less begun.
First 15 minutes, it's been a bit panicky. I think you saw that with the first try with a few drop balls. You need to get ball in hand to the big carriers, establish a foothold in this game, and just kind of stay calm. I mean, it's still plenty more to play for.
Aled Evans picks up for Cardiff, the captain. That ball looks unplayable.
Exactly the same as that. You have pinned him in. It's your scrum.
And it will be Cardiff with the punt in. Let's have a look at that little run of Simpson.
Lovely little goose step here from Simpson. Just steps his opposite number there, and a great covering tackle by the Hartpury number 7 there.
Clemenson. So then, a chance for everybody to get a bit of a breather here, and especially the Cardiff 15, who really doesn't know what's hit them so far. 19 points to 0. A little bit of mist in there, a little bit of drizzle coming down now as well. This is the tropical weather Adam was talking to me about earlier. Bear in mind, I live in the north part of this country, so I'm used to this as well.
Perfect conditions for us. We're used to this.
So maybe this is the bit of the luck you may be looking for. Absolutely. Bear in mind, Hartpury are only 50 miles away from here, so they might be used to this as well. So then, Cardiff put it. Cardiff put in a good strong scrum from Hartpury. Cardiff get it out though. Benjamin with the kick, blocked, and now it's scrambled defence here from Cardiff to make sure Hartpury don't capitalise, and it goes out into touch, and Hartpury will have the line out.
Fans are still in fine voice, as you can hear there.
Well, right now they haven't much to shout about.
Not yet, not yet.
So Stratford will be the man with the line out. Taken by Rob Fuller. Long looping pass. Hartpury spell another. Holden. Set up 2. Dwayne Burrows. Burrows already on a hat-trick. George. Leeming. Penalty. Cardiff. A chance for them to relieve the pressure.
Great turnover there from Harvey Scott. Great jackal, straight over the ball, and no chance of moving him from there.
So Hartpury leading this BUCS Super Rugby tie by 19 points to 0. Cardiff looking to get into this tie. I hope by crook, you could say right now. I think, Adam, you must have played in games like this in the past when you've been under the cosh for the first opening 20 minutes, and this is all about eating away into the deficit of 19.
Yeah,
let's get down to 30, let's get down to 10,
Yeah.
let's get it back to within a score. Let's give them something to think about.
Absolutely. I mean, as recent as Bath last week, we were kind of against the cosh for the majority of the first half, and albeit it wasn't 19 points in 15 minutes, but we were against the cosh, and just about clawing your way back in and just making sure you stay within distance, not getting too pegged down by tries. And 3 tries at 15 minutes is not great, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the game.
Not in the game just now, but it's slow and circumspect from Cardiff, and it may have been turned over. It has indeed by the away side. Everything going their way right now. Ben George with the box kick. Hooks off his feet. It's going to go out into the touch. Cardiff will have another line out on the 22.
I'll tell you, but I'm not going to take balls out.
Be interested to see what the boys go for here. They do go for a forward drive or off the top straight to the back. See what the backs can do in this sort of position.
We can count, boys. It's 6. Let's count them in.
So then, Sean Howard will be the man. From the hockey. Does he find his man this time? He does, but the referee didn't think that was straight. So it will be Hartpury with the putting.
Scrum.
Not going your way right now, Adam.
No, it's not going too well. I think we've had an injury as well. I think Harvey Scott might be off for Jack Ferguson.
Yes, Jack Ferguson's going on this field. I saw that one at the corner of my eye.
So no, not going too well. But as I said, it's about maintaining, staying within distance and not going too far behind. Not to panic as well. That's important.
Yes, of course, very important. Because if you begin to panic, all of a sudden that 19-point lead will be extended to 20 odd, and then all of a sudden it's game over before it's even begun.
Just come out, boys. Just come out. Both have just lost their foot, boys. Let's work hard and let's get those feet trained underneath us, boys, please.
So I believe Harvey Scott's gone off with a knee injury. I'm not sure if that's permanent just yet. Shame, he's been a great force for us this year. He's dominant in the tackle, very good top carrier in games in terms of positive carries. But Jack Ferguson, a good replacement.
Strong scrum again. Picked up by Hartpury. It's scrappy for George, but he still picks up. Cardiff needs to defend.
Use it! No.
George, little chip over. And the bounce is going Hartpury's way. Stratford. Ooh, and no knock forward there from the number 11, Dwayne Burrows, and it looked like a little bit forward pass in the meantime as well from where we were looking. It's definitely going to be scrummed down though, and Cardiff will have the ball on the halfway.
Cheeky dink worked out quite well there, didn't it?
Some good vision so far from the number 9, Ben George. Imagine keeping you abreast of what's happening in the North East as well, as Durham are hosting Leeds. That game kicks off at 6:30, so any latest scores that we have for you, I'll bring to you. Leeds, with those 2 games in hand, still chasing the top 4. A win there tonight will put them within 5 points with a game in hand. Right now, the team that's chasing the title.
No, we'll say, Mark, your side's fine.
The title chasers, Cardiff. The win tonight could go top. Well, right now, we're going to do it the hard way.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Now then, Cardiff on the march.
Release tackler.
Northmore. As the rain starts to come down here in South Wales.
Good line from Donovan.
Penalty advantage.
And the penalty to come as well, and that's a penalty they will take quickly by Ben Williams. Williams over to his left-hand side, and now Cardiff are on the run. Ferguson up to the 22, but his feet goes into touch, and Hartpury will breathe again.
Yeah, you can see the boys, they're desperately trying to pick the pace up in this game. They don't want Hartpury to slow the game down now. They're 19 points up, but again, good defence from Hartpury, good patient defence.
Southern with the take. George with the kick. Good take, kept in play. Oh my word, that was high. That was high, and there's a little bit of afters here as well. Actually, the Hartpury captain's in the middle of it all. I think the referee will just get in the middle of me and say, lads, a little bit of calm down here, but it did look a little bit high.
I think we might see a
in
card
real
here,
time. Well, hopefully we may have a replay of that, but I think the referee's just going to. Let's have a look at this. Your thoughts?
I think with recent laws regarding the head and neck area, that we might see a card here, at least yellow.
Yes, so no option. No, I'm going to have a word with one.
Yes, as Adam said, new law changes now.
Yeah, that's fine. So 4 red.
I'll be surprised if a card doesn't come out here.
Captain.
Let's see.
I see. It's fine. So that tackle is with force to the head. I've got no option. Okay. 10 minutes for his reaction afterwards. I'm stood right there. I'm not stupid. I can see it. So we'll have 1 from you and 4 from you, please. There's no option. It's with force to the head. He's not falling. Your tackle is high with force and switch to the head. There's no option.
And that could change the game completely. Rob Fuller is off the field.
There's no need for the reaction afterwards.
Now this is for the reaction, a yellow card for Sam Cochrane. So Hartpury will have to finish this game with 14. You're surprised by that one?
No, I think, as I said, with the recent kind of laws in terms of that head and neck area, it looked, obviously, I think it looked very bad, high speed, but it was obviously it was above the shoulders, it was neck, and I think it was a red card.
You can see this from this angle. What do you think now?
We can quite clearly
I think it doesn't look so bad from that
actually
angle,
got
but
anyway
I do still think it was a red card. I think.
It's
I think
5.
so.
Well, alas, plenty of you to talk
5
about at home.
points.
Get in touch, in fact.
5
Use the
managers
hashtag
got
BUCS
1.
Super Rugby.
5. From half.
Do you agree with our referee's
When's the
assessment
scrum
on that one? He's gone. 14 a man for the next 10 minutes or so. And Cardiff on the mark with Don Blands! Over! The comeback is on.
Just what Cardiff Met wanted, just what Hartpury didn't want there. Great answer and great response.
So then, keep behind Don Brandt here. He's like a wild buffalo going through the middle here. Look at him. In he goes. Uses his strength and his momentum to get over the line. Second try of the season is 11th in BUCS Super Rugby. 19 points to 5, 14 the difference. Still lots of time to go. Hartpury have to finish the game with 14. Cardiff will have 15 back on the field in about 8 minutes.
Great set piece from the Cardiff Met boys there. We'll see if Tommy can get the extras.
Sends it on its way and over. 12 points now, the difference. What a game in prospect this is going to be now. Thomas Morgan with the extras. 7 points away from the all-time BUCS Super Rugby record. He will break that this season, there's no doubt about that. He can set the mark that Ted Landry did in Exeter last season. 12 points now, the difference. We still got around about 14, 13 minutes left to play in this BUCS Super Rugby, sponsored by Yossi. The rain has just dissipated for a short spell. Now then.
No, there's a gap there for him to run through.
Sometimes these little rubs of the green that you may get, I say rub of the green, or certain decisions that in certain seasons
the middle, there's your mark.
Can just change the ways that destiny falls, as it were, and maybe we've seen one here in Cardiff with that red card.
Well, it's all about momentum swing, Johnny, isn't it? I mean, that's a huge swing of momentum in Cardiff Met's favour.
The referee, to his credit, didn't rush into the decision. He spoke to his touch judge and made sure they tried to make the right decision, and they felt that was the correct one. Fuller is gone. 14 there down to. Cochrane's off the field with a yellow card due to his reaction.
Choose it now, Knight.
George. Still 14 a man for a little bit here, so maybe Hartpury can try and get another score, and then
leave it there, boys.
do Alamo defending for the rest of the game. And we're going to get a penalty as well. Now, I'd be surprised. Well, maybe. It's still 14 a man, by the way. So they may go for the corner here.
It's clear on the middle. You come from that direction.
I think they want to get as most points on the board as possible, to be honest, Johnny. I mean, looks like they are going for the corner.
Indeed.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, it's an even game right now. It's 14 a man.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
So now, if it's in the 22, then maybe take the 3 points. But right now, it's not exactly a roll of the dice. It's still an even game. So why not try and get another score? Get the game back to 19 points, and then say to Cardiff, okay, you're 15 against our 14. Game on.
If you go through as well through the gate, don't play the 9.
Very appealing second half. We may have in prospect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great take from the line as well. Now is the chase on here, the charge on. It's at the back there with Stratford. But it's been turned over, and Cardiff
You've disconnected and gone back in.
Take possession and send this one downfield.
So I think you can see the hooker there. He brings his hand away from the man he's binding onto, and then brings the hand back.
Time off, boys.
I believe that's an accidental offside.
Another change being made for Cardiff. Adam will be able to tell us who that was because
yes, you've got Tim Phillips coming on there to fill the gap of Sam Cochrane.
He's off right now in the bin.
Yes, of course. So Tim Phillips, the granddad of the club, he was the one who scored the winning try against Hartpury in Hartpury before Christmas, which was quite a shock to all of us.
Crouch.
Hartpury lead 19 points to 7. They're down to 14. Cardiff down to 14 after another 5 minutes or so. Williams with the put in this BUCS Super Rugby tie, and a fascinating one we have in prospect here.
Going backwards, coming out this side.
And this is going to be poofed downfield in this round 13 game of BUCS Super Rugby, sponsored by Yoti.
Sorry, number 3 going back.
Now it's into touch over the halfway line. Good
number
kick
3
there
is
from
come
Thomas
out,
Benjamin.
going backwards.
Well, I never thought I would hear the Mo Salah song being sung at a Cardiff Rugby game, in all fairness, but alas.
It's fantastic. They've replaced, obviously, the Mo Salah, Mane. They've replaced it with names of the players on the pitch.
I think every club up and down the land, regardless of what sport it is, going to be doing that song.
The shock is I made the cut, which I'm absolutely thrilled with.
Right now, Ben Williams is trying to cut his way through the Hartpury defence. Simpson trying to pick this one up.
Fine play.
And does so. Williams goes to his left-hand side. This is Simpson, who takes the little chip and chase run. Plenty of men after it, but Hartpury will be there to cover, and they will have to defend from deep inside their own 22.
I think it's a great idea to go for the corner there. I mean, Hartpury have lost a line-out option in Fuller, I believe it is. So just asking questions of them in their line-out in this area of the pitch.
Well, we only have a few minutes left to play in this first half. It's been enthralling, to be fair. The first 15-20 minutes, all Hartpury. It was all one-way traffic. And then with that red card from Rob Fuller has changed this game, has turned it on its head. Sam Cochran in the bin, but only for a few more minutes. Cardiff will maybe finish this first half and start the second with one man extra.
Oh, yeah.
And Hartpury will have to play ultra defensive here.
Well, there's one there.
But they do have the points in hand. Stratford from the line as the rain begins to come down again here in the Principality in South Wales, in the Welsh capital. Ball goes out of play. Cardiff will have it just in front of the Hartpury 22. Everything going their way right now. Sean Howard will be the man as the rain. This is typical Cardiff rain. I must say, I've been here watching Six Nations games, and I've been here covering this in the last few years. This is the typical rain I see when I come to Cardiff.
It usually rains sideways, actually,
Drop
Johnny.
one, red, drop one,
no rain, that actually makes a change.
We're missing the wind, so it's not too bad.
You can count them in.
I was here on March the 1st last year, and when they played Nottingham, and it was coming in every direction. It was I've never seen rain like it before.
Two.
Here come Cardiff, up to the 22. Pashley tries to stop them. Still retains possession with the home side. This is Jack Arthur. Arthur with the offload to Thomas Morgan. Morgan tackled by Pashley. Excellent offload to George Simpson. Simpson spots the gap, stopped by Angus Sutton. And Hartpury win the penalty, and they can clear their lines.
Yeah, solid jackal there from the Hartpury prop, I believe.
Hold in.
Still a long way to go. Fascinating.
As you
game
said,
we
Johnny,
have in prospect.
Second half is going to be fantastic to watch.
Well, if Cardiff want to have their name engraved on a Super Rugby trophy, you feel that the second half could be their season. It could be a bridge too far for them.
You can come back on, he's on me.
Should they not pick up the points here.
One.
Now then, you can see the puddles beginning to come on the pitch. There was a lot of surface water when I arrived here at 4 o'clock, and this is only going to add to it.
Let's just calm it down.
But I've been here to cover a few games here in the last 18 months, and in all fairness, as Adam would say to me, this is nothing. In all fairness, you know, I've seen like a mud bath here before now.
Absolutely,
out.
yeah.
Captain out.
It's great at the moment because we've got this a brand new 3G. So we used to just have 2 grass pitches, but a brand new 3G just around the back
Taken
of
down
the
by
university.
red. Taken down by red.
It really helps what we call Rugby 1 here. It really protects it and stops it being churned up in training as well as games, so we can really protect it for nights like tonight.
Right in the prospect we have. George. Ball not forward. Scrum down. Cardiff ball.
I believe Sam Cochran has come back on.
So with Cochran coming back on the field, it's going to be a 15 versus 14 game now for the rest of this game.
Set.
So then, penalty going Cardiff's way.
Number 1, straight down.
Well, last few minutes of this first half. What Cardiff would love to do is get into the break within 1 score. Right now, 3 points would just be as good enough. Get that deficit into single figures. But they'll be buoyed with knowing that they've got that 1-man advantage for the rest of the second half, unless they do something a little bit daft.
We've got 1 after the 50, so.
See, the last 2 scrum penalties have come Cardiff Met's way. I think they're starting to exert their dominance in the scrum at the moment, especially with Hartpury down to 1 less man.
BUCS Super Rugby, presented by Yoti. Very proud sponsors. They are of BUCS Super Rugby, not just for this season, but next season as well. Glad to have them on board. Ball lost. Goes Hartpury's way.
Not back from red.
Forward, and this could be a big scrum for the home side.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened with that line out there. I think just a poor lift possibly, but here we go again, a scrum in a dangerous position. If the scrum goes the same way as it did last 2 scrums, then we could see Cardiff Met in a really positive attacking situation here.
Yeah. Right, boys, there's a gap there. Yeah, let's just wait a sec, just hold. Yeah, let's not move afterwards.
As we approach the dynamics of this first half. No score currently that we have up in the northeast between Durham and Leeds. We've just kicked off there. We're only about 10 minutes into that time right now, but any scores I can find for that, I'll let you know. They're playing at the Durham Rugby Club. They're playing at Maiden Castle up there in the Durham Rugby Club has succumbed to a failed pitch inspection, and they've gone somewhere else to play that game.
Mark's here.
They're going to come up for this scrum.
Ball. Yeah.
Big scrum this for both sides.
Absolutely right. This could be very important end to this first half, and we'll give one side momentum.
Yeah, we're going to go either towards the try lines.
Towards the second half.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Stopped and stars above us as well, such as the penalty gun Cardiff's way, such as the
pulling it down.
The climate around these parts.
Pulling it down far side. Pulling it down.
Any fancy Adam? Scrum again?
That's what it is. Pulling it down.
I think I'd go scrum again or go to the corner. I think
it's a penalty.
I think Alan will go scrum again.
Scrum that might be the case indeed. That is the prudent option.
No, he's fine. Yeah.
And the referee's going to bring him in field just a little bit, because that part of the 22 resembles a little bit of a plowed field.
We're ready. Let's go.
Keep those 6 shoulders.
Second. Good.
Crouch.
Let's go.
Bind. Set.
So then, well, the referee's going to stop that one again. I think he may be giving some orders here to both of these packs, but you can forgive them a little bit. It is a little bit greasy, that surface as well, and a lot of them we're getting to put their knees down. It's a little bit difficult for both sides.
No, absolutely, it is difficult. I mean, I'm playing the second row myself, and it is difficult to keep your feet when it is slipping and sliding. And I'm sure it's even harder being in the front row for that as well. So it'll be interesting to see which way this one goes. It's difficult conditions for both packs.
It is indeed. We have around about last few minutes of play in this first half. Just to give you an indication, our clock is only an indicator. We go on the referee's whistle.
Bind. Set.
Now another push coming. Can't do spin it round, but it's been turned over. Pashley now picks up.
10 off feet, 10 off feet.
They've been swarmed around the Hartpury number 6.
Great work by the Hartpury forwards there. Great work.
And kicks it out of play because the referee's indicated that is the end of the half. And an enthralling first half it has been. First 20 minutes all the away side. Hartpury really putting Cardiff to the sword in the first 20 minutes, but one big decision from our referee. He sent off Rob Fuller for a high tackle, and that may have changed the game. At half time, Hartpury will still lead by 19 points to 7. So then, let's have a look at the big talking points, and there's plenty to talk about as well. As Hartpury lead by 19 points to 7 in this BUCS Super Rugby, sponsored by Yoti. Here we go. Let's have a look. Well, this all started from about, 2 minutes in?
Yeah, I mean, it was, as I said earlier, it was difficult conditions early on. I mean, I think Cardiff Met wanted to play straight away. Unfortunately, ball was a bit greasy. A couple of drop balls, and Sam Leeming, I believe he pounced on it very well there, kicking through and diving in under the posts there.
Yeah, Sam Leeming was the one who was quickest of all to get under the post. That was 2 minutes in, and then about 2 minutes later, this was second time to go into the Cardiff 22. Holden with the run, sees Burrows to his left-hand side. That was try number 2, and that was about 4 minutes in. Yeah,
great work from the fullback there. He sucks in, uses great footwork, draws in about three Cardiff Met defenders, and gets the offload away on the outside.
And this is more or less, it could have been a carbon copy. That was the third try. That was about 10-15 minutes in. All of a sudden, 19 points to 0, the score. And then this is the major talking point of the game so far. Holden comes in with the tackle. It's high. You can see a little bit of an army of bodies there. It's Cochrane with the afters as well. He got the yellow card, but Fuller the number 4. Maybe see it from here. Keep your eye on him. Here we go. With his left arm, it looked high.
Yeah.
And in the new laws of the game, as Adam was saying before, that was definitely a yellow card offence, but our referee thought it was enough for a sending off.
I think, yeah, it's not a new law strictly. It's they've kind of tightened it. They've made it a lot stricter in terms of it is neck, head. It is more or less a red card these days. And
Don Brandt scores his second try of the season, his 11th in his career at BUCS Super Rugby level, to narrow the deficit to 12. This is where we are at half time. Cardiff trail by 12, but they will have a one-man advantage as we approach this second half. Hartpury lead by 19 points to 7. So we've got our eyes on Cardiff Met right now. Let's have a look at what their pre-season was like, and let's see what they got up to before the Super Rugby season started.
Game, so there's undoubtedly an emphasis.
Come on, Delaney. 3, 2, 1. Good take.
You know, rugby, the modern game of rugby is a physical game. So there's undoubtedly an emphasis here on developing people physically. But also, I think when you look at the way New Zealand play, when you're striving to be the best in the game, there's got to be that focus on that sort of skill and sort of games-based development, which is sort of what we're trying to get that balance between here.
Come in while you listen to the scores, just get together. Remember now, we've got one unit session and we're opposed against the Dragons 18s on Monday. So all it is about getting some clarity in what we're doing today. If we get that, especially with these conditions, I'm really happy. Okay, so just keep going, keep working, going well. Oh, nice. French, I like it, Craig.
Training is obviously intense, but look, if we got to compete in our Super Rugby tournament, it's got to be intense. So,
yeah, like, you know, we're going in the right direction, which is a positive.
15 seconds right hand, 15 seconds left hand.
Keep leaning in, come up strong. Keep working, keep working.
We could just get them out there and run them, but it doesn't really tick all the boxes for us. So what we try and do is we intersperse it with the type of activities that they would find that they would be doing in a game. So, you know, driving things like the sleds, pulling, pushing, lifting, throwing. A little bit of combat there, you know, where they do a little bit of wrestling against each other, some lateral movement, and as the week goes on, there'll be lots of different variations on that as well.
It's as much about their academic progress as about their sporting progress, and it's trying to match and balance those things. When they come out of university here, they've got, you know, first-class degree and they're a first-class sportsman. So we're trying to develop that sort of whole package, the player, the person, the athlete, you know, and the performer.
Just people here who are right down the bottom, we need to ship them out. We'll get rid of them, we'll ship them out. Okay, don't be that person.
So then, a little bit of a treater there to see what Cardiff Met get up to. That video is available online, and we've started this second half. But very quick turnaround, in fact. It was only about 5-6 minutes this half time. I think both teams both of them stayed on the field. And this will be fascinating now how this second half progresses. Very important this for Cardiff Met. If they want any ambitions of becoming the BUCS Super Rugby champions, you feel they have to win this tie. They will have a one-man advantage for 40 minutes. Hartpury will be looking to try and stop them in their tracks, and they're starting the second half as they started the first, on the front foot.
Hartpury will try and come out now. They want to, I mean, regardless of 14 men, they will want to get the points on the board, establish an early second half, or extend their first half lead even further. We'll just see how the Cardiff Met boys can soak up pressure and turn the ball over.
And indeed, well, that's what they may be getting. They are going to get a penalty now then. With 14 men, the ball goes straight into Lehman's hands. Posts? Got to be.
Post, I think so, yeah. I think so.
Well, that will make it more than 2 converted scores. But more importantly, they can take their time with this, even though it's 39 minutes to go. You know, every little bit helps, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, perfect start by Hartpury there. I mean, 3 points straight away, and just makes the job harder for Cardiff Met boys.
Not a breath of wind here tonight, so it's good kicking conditions. Bear in mind, we've been around the country doing this BUCS Super Rugby for the last 18 months, and well, we've seen all 4 seasons in one day up in Durham, I think it was, or Newcastle. I think at Kingston Park one Friday night, I think I did see all 4 seasons in one day. But Leeming right now is looking to give Hartpury a 15-point lead. Sends it on its way. Has he got the legs? Has he got the line? He hasn't. As you were. 12 points the difference. Still a long way to go in this second half.
I think Hartpury really would have needed that going forward. Early points in the second half. Might have got Cardiff Met boys down a bit, but that's a let off for the Archers there.
Now the Archers, as they're known, can they find the target here in the second half? Well, they certainly did find Nick Carpenter. But still with the away side. George. Stratford spins around on the sixpence and gains a couple of yards. George to his left-hand side. Leeming finds a little bit of space. Does he find a little bit of help? Burrows could have been there. Instead, here comes the Cardiff counter-attack. They're going over a little chip and chase to put the Hartpury backs under pressure. Picked up there by Angus Sutton of Hartpury. Back towards their own 22. To start the attack from deep inside their own half. Box kick instead. From the Hartpury number 9. Keeps it in field. Picked up. Thomas Morgan. Morgan surveys his options. Left boot. Chip and chase. Instead it's picked up already by his opposite number. And that's sliced away.
Now you're fine.
Into the 22 and out of play. Good kick from Hartpury. Cardiff under pressure.
We're not going anywhere.
Great kick. I thought he sliced that out on the full there, but ended up bouncing right where he wanted it to be, I think.
Exactly what he was looking for, indeed.
Looks like Hartpury are using maybe a 5-man, 4-man line out. Oh, this is Cardiff Met. Was apologies.
Don't know what happens to the best of us. Howard with the line out. Kick downfield from Williams, spins in the air, collected by Smith.
Fine, he is the back
Gap
man.
opening up, and Sean Howard's got to stop the Hartpury onslaught here. Good start this from the away side. Looking to catch the home side off guard. Cardiff, who are unbeaten here so far this season. Been a fortress for them. They're under pressure right now. This is Luke Stratford, edging his way up to the Cardiff 22. George. George again. They're calling it for a forward pass to Gibson, and indeed that is the case. Cardiff will have to put in and a little bit of relief from those watching in the stands.
That's a Gregan ball gone wrong there, I think, Johnny. Didn't quite put it off.
Who's going on?
Still a 12-point game. And in all fairness, Hartpury, even though they're down to 14 men, still are the ones who are playing with the confidence and at the moment. Still, we got nothing up in Durham at the moment. In fact, we do have a score come through. 3-3 right now between Durham and Leeds Beckett. 3-all at the moment. So long way to go in that game. They've only played, well, they played about half an hour, so it's still a bit of an edgy affair up in the northeast.
Couple of changes for the Cardiff Met was Jack Samuel, has come in at hooker replacing Sean Howard, and Aled Ward has come on at 6. Alex Donbrandt gone second row, Jack Arthur being replaced.
Well, like Alex Donbrandt, he's a bit of jack of all trades, isn't he? He can be anywhere in that pack, isn't he? Such as his talent.
He's a second row, full stop. He's kidding himself at blindside.
Ben Williams with the put-in.
Crouch, bind, set.
That one's going to be
time off.
Restarted and reloaded. Hartpury won't mind this too much. They eat up a little bit more of the clock. We're going to be in Hartpury next week when they take on Exeter.
You'll stay square this time now.
Very open ground down at Hartpury. There's not much cover down there whatsoever.
Crouch.
It's a ground I go to. I always make sure I wear 3 pairs of socks.
Set.
Williams with the put-in. Good nudge on as well. The ball comes out by the referee. Spotted the turnover, and it's going to be the Red Men with the put-in. And they seem to be playing with confidence here. I think they're relishing this challenge of trying to stop this Cardiff onslaught with a man down. Right now, it's the away side. Even though playing with 14, they're the ones playing with confidence, and they're the ones right now with the momentum.
8 is not the ball on, and then...
Yeah, I mean, this is just what Hartpury want, the scrums to kind of eat away at the time, and kind of that momentum that the Cardiff Met might have wanted to bring in that first half, as we've not seen just yet. So kind of perfect scenario for Hartpury at the moment, eating away the time and making the most out of that well, 1 man less, 14 man.
Well, Wales nearly won a World Cup semi-final with 14 men, it seems to recall a couple of years ago against France. In the 2011 World Cup, I think it was like 8-7 it finished, or on 9-8, I think it was something along those lines.
Sam Warburton.
Sam Warburton going off after about 10-12 minutes, wasn't it? That one spins around.
Number 1 in.
And the referee has given a Hartpury penalty.
Number 1 in.
Penalising number 1, Sam Cochran.
Yeah, close call.
So then this is a lot closer for Leeming.
Number 1 is clearly driving in. Number 1 is clearly driving
comes
straight
the tee. So then this one goes over. 15 points will be the difference. 30 minutes left to play.
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be a momentum swing now. The Cardiff Met boys need to bring something more, a bit of energy, a bit of desperation. I think we need to get ball in hand and start going through the phases if we are to come back and maintain our 100% home record.
Leeming with the kick. Sends on its way into the heart of the goal. So then, it silenced the crowd. 15 points game, half an hour to play. Hartpury lead by 22 points to 7.
10 just hold.
15-point game, half an hour to go. And this BUCS Super Rugby presented by Yoti. How did Cardiff respond?
Time on.
Simpson restarts. Excellent take there from Angus Southern of Hartpury.
That's once, 9, once. Let's use it.
You can see that number 21 of the Cardiff Met, Ben Holt, has come on for Ben Williams at scrum half.
No, play.
It'll be interesting to see how he does in this last half an hour. Ball slices out on the full, so Cardiff will have the line out inside the Hartpury half. 15-point game, it's fascinating. Especially with Hartpury down to 14.
Captain, I asked you in the first half, that's quick enough, please. We don't need to head that.
We're going to see how much the energy levels will take their toll here, especially in the last 15 minutes. Goes long. Good take, picked up by Ben Holt. Holt, Simpson, inside pass. Jordan Roberts stopped. Still with the home side as they try and find these gaps. But good tight defence from Hartpury. And the ball's been knocked forward, and they will have, well, they'll be able to turn this one over.
Knock on advantage.
Dwayne Burrows. Burrows gone down a bit of a cul-de-sac. Needs to find a way out. Picked up by Ben George.
Yes, yes. Advantage is now over. Use it.
The referee said the advantage is over, so this is going to be box kick downfield. On the
Fine,
bounce,
we're inside.
good kick it is from the Hartpury scrum half, and it will be a line out on the halfway line.
You can see again, patient defence there by Hartpury. I mean, there's nothing silly, and no silly offsides, no rushing up. They're just patient, let Cardiff Met come to them and force the mistake there.
Go into the line out, please.
Line out.
Backwards,
Scrappy one,
backwards
picked up by
from
Tom
red.
Pashley of Hartpury.
Knock
Loses
on
possession.
advantage.
And Cardiff have it with the knock-on advantage. Holt.
No, 2 off it. Good work.
Surveys his options and goes to his left-hand side. Quick rugby coming here from the home side. And it begins to open up for them. They're not quick enough. Benjamin. Holt.
No, 18.
Alan Devons, the captain.
18.
Thomas Morgan acting scrum half. They've been sent backwards so far, and now they've been put under pressure.
Play on.
Holt resorts to just a box kick on the bounce to try and put the number 14, Akil Smith, under pressure, and Smith instead goes on a run of his own, beats 2 or 3 men, but it has to be stopped by number 6 Donbrad. Stratford.
Ball is there, play.
George, good tackle, but illegally.
Offside.
And will be Hartpury who will have the penalty.
Offside. He hasn't picked the ball out. We're fine to play. We're okay. We'll kick to the line out, then we'll have time off. Post.
What a relentless effort it is. Now then, this is a punt and a half. In all fairness, not a breath of wind inside their own half. Well then, place your bets now, please.
Interesting choice here. Not sure of his distance, but be impressive if this one goes over.
Well, if this goes over, it's an 18-point game. I think from this distance, what Gavin Henson used to call him a lottery kick, didn't he? That if you take it from this half, regardless, you're going to get the ball back anyway from the restart, so might as well have a go.
Yeah, eats away at the time, I guess, as well.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, Sam Leeming, how's your right boot?
Seemed confident, though. He grabbed that ball straight away, didn't he?
He did indeed. Well, this will be one of the longest kicks we've seen on a BUCS Super Rugby screen. That's not downwind. So Leeming then, here we go. Woof, sends it on its way, and that's not going to reach. A couple of heckles from the gallery, I think a little bit harsh in all fairness. It was a long-range effort at best.
13.
But didn't,
13,
well, he hit that like a fluff 2 iron, or like in all fairness. Didn't get the elevation on it whatsoever. But as I mentioned, this is what Gavin Henson used to do for Wales in the mid-noughties. They said he's called a lottery kick. Kick from distance, you're still going to get the ball back from roughly where you kicked it from. And you never know what could happen. This is Nick Carpenter who spots a gap or two. He heads towards the Cardiff 22. Ben George. Sam Leeming. Jamie Forrester.
No, 19.
George.
No, captain.
Southern. Mike Daniels on the field for Hartpury.
No.
Max Clemenson.
Use it.
Ben George. Slow, patient play this is from the away side, and it's working for them. Jamie Forrester. Picked up by Will Crane.
Advantage is now over.
George. Inside pass to Clemenson once more. George again. Kick into the middle. And the ball goes out of play, and Cardiff will have to clear from inside their own 22, and deep inside at that. Good patient play from Hartpury. This is what you call, well, I won't say parking the bus in rugby terms, but it's slow, patient play, knowing that they're a man down, eating up the time, and it's frustrating the home side more importantly.
Yeah, it's smart play. The Hartpury aren't trying anything outrageous. It's all very smart, kind of slowing the play down, exactly what their coaches would want, and it's frustrating. It is frustrating the home side here.
Smith picks up from the kick.
Play on.
It's been a sterling performance in the second half so far from Hartpury. Especially knowing that they've been a man down, but it's been good, and just patient rugby that they're playing, and it's working for them. George. Leeming.
Backwards.
They're frustrated. Cardiff haven't been really in the Hartpury half much in this second half.
Leave it there.
Kick goes forward. Now then, Simpson. Instead of retaining possession, hoofs it downfield. Bounce keeps it in play, and nearly the slice of luck that they might have needed. But Cardiff will still have possession. 25 minutes or so left to play. They trail by 15.
Yeah, we're not going quick. You're okay.
Great kick from the Silver Fox there. Fantastic.
Yeah. Boys, 1 and 3. Sub. Cardiff Met, 1 and 3. No. We played 18. That's completely
Cochrane and Seward have departed the field.
So Tim Phillips and Harry Dobbs have come back on, replacing, as you said, Sam Cochrane and Harry Seward. Yeah.
So then, can they make a bit of a difference? Good juggling that from Don Brandt to retain possession well. And that one's looking out scrappy and loose.
No hands, Ray!
Holt. Cardiff trying to inch their way into Hartpury territory, and they haven't done much of that in this second half. Geely. Holt spots a little bit of an opening. Smashed the door closed by Luke Stratford. And the wrong option. As Hartpury won the penalty again, and they had the chance to clear their lines. It's been impressive, this second half from the away side. Very impressive.
2 and 6 are on their feet. Fine.
Pains me to say it, but you're absolutely right. They've been very patient, very controlled, and they've done exactly what they wanted to do with 14 men.
Deep down field, that one goes. Hartpury, they're out the title race though. I think they were out in early November, in all fairness, after them losing 4 on the spin. Was always going to be a bridge too far for them. But they can still inch their way with a good strong finish to the season to a top 4 finish. And knowing how important that is in the championship rounds when they start in mid-March.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. You okay, 5? Don't need those two anyway, do you? Okay then,
That's
boys,
the
water off them, please.
Cardiff coaching staff right now who are watching from the elevated position, and a penny for your thoughts there.
Time on.
Stratford. Goes short. Spots a gap opening up from Tom Everard. Trying to catch the Cardiff line asleep.
Hands are on, ball has been...
Good hands. Daniels searching for the line. 6 metres out. Leeming. Options left and right. Stratford tries to go himself. Scramble defence here from the home team. Pashley. Appealing to the referee, appealing to the Cardiff players, and he accepts that appeal.
Feet on the ball. Holding.
Pashley was holding on a little bit too long, and Cardiff will clear their lines. But they need to get possession downfield right now. 15 points the difference. 20 minutes to go.
Just tell it, boys.
And that ball hasn't gone out too far, in all fairness. Only up towards their own 22. They're not getting the rub of the green.
You're perfect, way.
The home team.
You can even come in a little bit further.
And their title hopes could be hanging by a thread in these last 20 minutes.
He's on his mark, you set your gap.
It won't be just the Hartpury side that will be smiling along with it when they see the rest of the results. But no doubt Exeter will be as well. We still have to come here, just to remind you. That's not going to be an easy game at the end of February. I think that could be their penultimate game as well, as they try and search for the title themselves. Will Crane. Another score here. You feel this game could be put to bed. And that's what Hartpury are searching for. Stratford. Good strong tackle there from Ad Ward. Pashley patiently gains a yard. Leeming. Good inside pass to Forrester. They're going to come back for a penalty. It's going to Cardiff, and they'll have a chance to send this one upfield a lot further than they did last time.
Number 2, side entry.
Yeah, I mean, in this phase of play, in this area of the field, when Hartpury get there, this is what they're going to do. They're going to pick and go, see if they can get some inside balls. They're not going to try go out wide too much in case of making a mistake. It's a really smart play, but good turnover there by Cardiff Met.
Cardiff Met 7, Hartpury 22, and this BUCS Super Rugby presented by Yoti. 20 minutes to play, and a massive 20 minutes it will be for the home team. Title contenders, they could be going out the title race. Oh, that's nearly close to. In fact, it was the referee who was giving it. So he's close to holding on.
We've just had the exact word shouting at me for a decision. If they hadn't, you would have had the penalty. So go back and tell them the next one's going to go. Yeah, captain. If it's there to give, I'm going to give it. Yeah? Chopped.
In fact, it's been given for dissent, so.
Be interesting to see that one again.
You know when it's not going your way.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see that one again. I'm not sure. Was it not releasing or? Chatting back. Oh, I see. Okay.
It's for dissent, indeed.
Captain, the penalty's there for you. I'm going to give it.
18 minutes to go. Keep abreast of what's going up in the northeast. I think they're about half time up there in Durham, in fact. It was 3-3 before they are at half time, and let's just check where they are. Still says 3-3 at the minute up in Durham. They're not too quick on the score updates at the minute, so the Durham and Leeds guys, and it might just still be 3-3 at half time up there. But right now, Hartpury looking to put this game to bed.
16 out.
Charging forward, charging towards the line.
5 out. He's out.
Pashley at the back with it. Nudging forward, they have a penalty to come as well. Instead, here comes the coup de grace in this game. It could well be. Good offload. And is he over? Just shy, maybe.
No, release. No, we're playing. The player is off his feet, you cannot...
Inches away. Hartpury still trying to nudge this one forward. An army of bodies trying to get the ball down. Still they are shy. Instead they go wide, leaving.
Anyway.
Ball picked up, but back they are going to come for that penalty. And an 18-point game means 3 tries will be needed.
It's not a try because the player's off his feet, so we can't score. Ball's there to be played away. Yeah, captain.
Talk us through this one. That's how close Hartpury come to putting this game to bed.
Yeah, I thought number 7 there. I thought he went over just here, but held up. I think that was Harvey Scott just stopped him short there. Good cover defence, but desperate. I think at the moment it's
on the line, please.
I mean, 17 minutes left. There's time, but it's
well,
looking desperate. At the
this
moment.
is when you've got your tails up, isn't it? You're down to 14 men. You've had all the possession in the second half. You've put on the home side on the back foot, and instead of taking 3 points, now I tell you what, we'll try and go for the 7. Thank you very much.
Hartpury using confidence at the moment. They're enjoying this one.
They'll be enjoying this one when they watch it back. Picked up. Hartpury have it once more.
Just sit about 19, don't swim. That's once 9.
The man with the bat, Luke Stratford.
Use it!
Ball stopped and now turned over, going Cardiff's way. For a minute I thought there was a little bit of afters, but that is not the case. Ball was unplayable, so they will have the touch in at the scrum. But right now for him, Adam, it's at the wrong end of the field.
Yeah, if it needs to change, it needs to change now. I think it's. I don't think we've been up the other end that much this half, and as I said, if it needs to change, it needs to change right now. 15 minutes to go. It's a crucial time.
13.
15 minutes to play.
Crouch, bind, set.
Important scrum coming. Going away at Cardiff here, and it's scrappy again, and so much so.
10.
Now Hartpury will have possession
Knock
inside
the carry.
22 with a scrum of their own.
Red ball.
All one-way traffic.
Knock on. Crouch, bind, set.
Another score up at Durham. I think it's 8 apiece up there right now.
Stay on flanker.
It's a little bit sketchy, the information we've got coming in. But we've got 8 all up there right now. So Leeds are still in the title hunt as well, but Cardiff could be going out of it here with this result. They will have the penalty to send us downfield, but well, did anybody want to offer me odds right now on a Cardiff victory? Because for the past 27 minutes they've been under the cosh against 14 men.
They have, yeah, but I think
like, we haven't got possession stats or territory stats, but if we did, I think you're looking at about 70% possession for Hartpury and about majority of the play taking place in the Cardiff half, around 70-30 again.
Yeah, and unfortunately the Cardiff Met boys, when they've had possession, they've been a bit unable to maintain, and when Hartpury have possession, they do exactly what they want to do with it, and you can tell by the if we did have the stats, that would be able to show.
Now this is going to be beginning to tell these last 10 minutes for Hartpury, but right now they look full of energy and full of beans at the minute. Well, that looks a little bit forward to me, and the referee has spotted it, and there's going to be an advantage coming to the Red Men's way. This could really kickstart Hartpury's season after being, well, I'm just looking at the results from early this season. Hammered by Loughborough, Cardiff winning at their place, close game against Exeter, and then Northumbria put them to the sword at their place, won their first 4 games. Confidence would have been low, but this will reignite their season. No doubt, and maybe try and push for a top 4 place. They do have games in hand, just to remind you as well. They'll have 6 left, so they'll still be able to push for a top 4 place.
Crouch, bind.
I think my maths tells me right. I think top 7 gets a bye in the first round of the playoffs. So it's 8-9. We'll have to play the 2 winners of North and South, won't we, of the leagues below. So that's what they'll be looking for right now. How do Cardiff regroup from this?
I mean, it's okay because we've not got a big break. If we had a big break before our next game, I think we'd all be would struggle in terms of morale in the group. But we've got an opportunity next week.
Yeah, you head up to the northeast, up to Durham.
Up to Durham, yes. I mean, we've got a chance there to regroup. I mean, 3 points there. We're looking at something special if the boys were to come back for this game. But we have got a chance next week to regroup and get back to winning ways.
Well, I'll be comeback worthy of Lazarus, in all fairness.
No, absolutely.
I've seen it happen.
I still have faith, Johnny.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I've seen it happen, but for the 30 minutes we've seen in the second half, this has been a classic performance from the away team.
Yeah, I mean, the game. Well, this season they've not been
the Hartpury of last year when they're putting every side to the sword.
Yeah, but this performance has been impressive from them.
So we haven't seen much of them this season. The only other time we have seen them this season was when they lost to Loughborough by 36 points to 15 at the start of the season. That's the only time the BUCS Super Rugby cameras have seen them this season. But a lot of teams will watch this now, especially with the teams they've got to play. They play Exeter next week at home, so that'll be a fascinating affair, especially if they play like this. Then they go up to Northumbria, then Notts, then Leeds as well. and then finish with Bath and Durham. So 1, 2, 3, 4 teams going for the title. Hartpury got to play all 4, so they could act really as kingmakers in this game.
Yeah, that game against Exeter next week will be quite tasty, I think.
So then, this is one of the... Well, I'm trying to recall the last time Cardiff went into the Hartpury 22 in the second half. Well, Thomas Benjamin wasn't too happy about something that was mentioned, but they still have the line out. And it is collected by Boloko. Now the nudge forward. If Cardiff want anything, they need to get something here. Very important passage to play. They have had nothing in the second half, and they're trying to edging forward, closer and closer and closer, and over! Game on! With under 10 minutes left to go. This kick will not take long for Thomas Morgan. 10 points the difference now. 8 minutes or so left to play. One of the few times Cardiff has been in the 22 in their second half, they pick up a try.
Fantastic work from the forwards there. I mean, a bit scrappy initial drive, but in terms of their transfer from player to player, and then just drove through over the line. I think it was Aled Ward with the try. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see with the replay.
For this to reduce the deficit to 8 points.
Crucial kick, this one.
Big kick. He needs it. He needs it. Did he get it? No. Silence.
No.
Among the crowd. Still to try. Converted try is enough. This could still end up with a draw. Who knows? All possibilities are now on the table.
Don Brandt with the try there, I think.
Alex Don Brandt again. We sense that may have been. So that's 2 to go. 2 for him. 7 minutes left to play. Grandstand finish in prospect, possibly. Especially if Cardiff can pick up something in the next few minutes.
19-6, 5-hole.
Or maybe Hartpury looking to try and put the game to bed.
No hand 6. Use it!
George. Leeming. Everard. Kick downfield from Leeming. It's a good kick as well. How's the bounce? It's excellent. Exactly where Hartpury will be looking to place it right now, with about 6 or so minutes left to go.
Yeah, they're going to resort back to playing exactly how they were playing about 5 minutes ago, Johnny. I mean, keeping it in midfield, not trying anything crazy, going to the corners when they have the chance, and keeping Cardiff Met pinned back.
Yeah, the bin can come back on. Yeah. Boys, we haven't got a hooker.
All the efforts have been to take their toll. A little bit of cramp setting in for some of the Hartpury players. Cardiff need to get something here on the board. With what, 5 or so minutes left to go.
Are you 9? Yeah. Take a step out. Thank you.
It's going to be difficult for them. Absolutely. Taken on the line below. Kick downfield. It's going to just ping its way up.
Penalty
like a film, like some flop shot that was off the boot. Back they are going to come.
You're all within the 10.
In fact, it's a Hartpury penalty, and you sense this is going to be a line out or a scrum here, just to eat up more of this time.
Boys, you've got to be back 10 metres from where the ball.
Let us know who you think is your man in the match on the hashtag BUCS Super Rugby, and we thank our sponsors Yoti for presenting the sponsoring this BUCS Super Rugby. Myself and Adam are going to have a think now of who's the man of the match here. There's so many candidates, and especially if Hartpury can get another try here. Is this going to be game over? I think it is, because a try has been awarded. Referee may have just gone under the post. This is game, set and match to the away side, and Hartpury can restart their season.
I'm not sure.
Well, they all celebrated. The referee was running under the post. I think it may not be the case. Well, we're all confused.
Boys, there's no quick restart.
Yeah, he's gone. It's gone straight under the post. Penalty try.
Penalty try given.
No quick restart after a penalty try. You have to wait till they're all back behind their 10.
Game, set and match, 7 points. Hartpury are going to take maximum points here as well. They've won the bonus point as well with that 4th try. And Cardiff will have to be looking to regroup now with only 4 games left to go. Adam, you're going to have the difficult choice of naming a man of the match here. There's got to be.
Come on,
I know you're the Cardiff man through and through, but you're going to have to name a man in red, surely.
I think Hartpury have controlled the game very well today. I thought with the red card and then the try straight away from Cardiff Met, they'd come back and win this game. But I think the 10 for Hartpury, Sam Leeming, I mean, he's missed a couple of kicks, but I think he's controlled the game fairly well today.
Sam Leeming is the man of the match that we pick out the truck here.
Crouch. Bind.
That was hard, Johnny. That was hard.
I'm sorry to give it the hospital pass there. But trust me, I've had a lot of that for a long time, in all fairness. As Hartpury looked at the coup de grace here in this game. This is going to ignite their season, no doubt.
One. I've got one now.
There he is, Sam Leeming, the man of the match. 2 tries from Dwayne Burrows, must be said as well, and Malik Holden setting both of them up early in the start of the game. But you've been impressed with the way they've controlled the game in this second half.
Yeah, I think just kind of from midfield, just nothing silly. Just kind of played the game, used the options, gone for the corners when he needed to, and he's played well. But as you say, Malik Holden, 15, played an integral part in the 2 tries early on for them. And also, was it
Dwayne Burrows as well?
Dwayne Burrows, yes, he's had a good game on the wing as well.
You look at it from this point of view, going down to 14 men, and they just played traditional workmanlike rugby. It's very workmanlike from Hartpury.
Yeah, I mean they could have panicked. They could have thought, oh, we need the tries now. They could have pushed and maybe made a few mistakes, but they didn't panic and kept it very kind of close quarters and have run the clock down brilliantly.
Tackle is made. No, play.
Well, Cardiff looking to try and finish stronger here, and I'm just doing my maths here. We can't get within 7 points, so with the time that's left especially, so it's only a consolation try that they're trying to pick up right now. Get within 7, they'll pick up the bonus point, but it's not going to happen for them today, and they have to regroup now with 4 games to go. Up to Durham next week, and away at Loughborough, and then 2 home games against Leeds and Exeter. And Exeter is their last game.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what happens today, we're still in the running. We've had a fantastic season.
Still in the running, but you may have to rely now on somebody giving you a hand as well.
Yeah,
but that's what league's all about. At the end of the day, these results happen.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we haven't been in the races too much today, but we'll regroup. We've got a great programme and great people around us, and it'll hurt this one, but we'll regroup together.
Indeed they will. Our clock is only an estimation. We go on the referee's whistle, and no doubt this will be one of the last few phases of play. I'll take you around the highlights, and I'll try and grab a chat with one of the Hartpury clientele, who will be, no doubt, absolutely buzzing with this victory. May inch them up the Super Rugby table. Title aspirations may be out of reach now.
No hands, what? No.
But this will exude confidence throughout the whole squad. and momentum as well, especially with a victory with 14 men against one of the title favourites. Simpson trying to finish strongly, but that sums up Cardiff's day.
Boys. 4.
A little bit of frustration boiling over from the home side.
Just take a step, I've got a flag. Matt, take a step, I've got a flag. Yeah, just take a step, we're just going to have a chat.
And as the rain comes down here in Cardiff, it's Hartpury who rained on Cardiff's parade.
Yeah.
Here on this Wednesday night.
Yeah,
BUCS Super Rugby presented by Yoti on this Wednesday.
Seeing a late yellow card.
And a late yellow card.
Is that Malik Holden?
From Malik Holden, that is, in fact. So Hartpury are going to end the game with 13 men, but I don't think they'll care much about that. They've still got a 17-point lead, and we're at the death.
Yeah, where you are.
Got a score up in the northeast, 5 minutes to go. Durham will lead in leads by 13 points to 8. So there's still a lot of time to go in that game, but this one is approaching the dying embers.
More!
There's a nudge going forward for Cardiff Met. Looking for men to the right-hand side to try and set up this consolation try. And they may do that. An excellent try again by Don Brandt. It's 4th of the season, 3rd. He's got a hat-trick, but he's on the wrong side.
Yes, let him have his pick.
Yeah, nice little consolation there for the boys. A good performance from Alex Don Brandt today, getting his hat-trick today. A well-worked try, but all a bit too late, unfortunately.
Do you think this was lost in the first 10 minutes?
It's, I mean, the first 10 minutes, you get 14 points against you. It's tough to come back from. The red card, I think we all had a bit of hope. But the way, as I mentioned, the way Hartpury managed the game, it just closed our attacking options out, and unfortunately we weren't able to come back from that 10 minutes of 2 tries.
Absolutely. So the final score here in Cardiff, here on the Concoid campus, is a great one for the away side Hartpury. They have won this tie, and surprising results that will cause shockwaves through the BUCS Super Rugby. They've taken it by 29 points to 19. Let's have a look at some of the highlights of what we have seen. In the second half, well, in all fairness, it was the Hartpury defence show. In all fairness, it was slow, patient rugby, but we did see a couple of tries. This is one right at the end. That's one that kind of getting back into the tie. That made it, I think it was 22-12 at that point. It was a well-worked try by the forwards. And then this was the penalty try. And that's when Hartpury knew that they'd done enough. And then Don Brandt getting over for that consolation try to lose this game by 10. And who knows, maybe in the end, when it goes down to points difference, that could be very, very vital. But it's Hartpury who are the ones who will be celebrating when they head back down the M4 later this evening. They have taken this BUCS Super Rugby tie presented by Yoti by 19 points to 29. Join me in a few minutes when we're getting some reaction. Warm welcome back to the Concord campus where the Hartpury men are absolutely thrilled. Thomas Pashley's alongside me as the Hartpury captain. Tom, I described that in commentary as workmanlike. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, absolutely over the moon. Cardiff's a hard place to come, and for me, just proud of the boys working hard for each other more than anything today. Fair play to Cardiff. They threw it at us, but yeah, absolutely chuffed with that.
Compared to the start of the season, losing 4 out of 4, now after this winter break, the Christmas break, you've come back enthralled, momentum and now confidence must be oozing in the camp, especially after this win.
Yeah, I think finishing 2017 with the Loughborough win at home was massive for us, and we had a lot of boys picking up injuries over the winter, and it's been pretty hard, but having fresh bodies back, people like Sam Leeming back into the mix has really changed things for us.
Sam, one of the lads in commentary, Adam from the Cardiff Met, who was alongside me, said he called your performance sterling, especially in the second half, slowing down the game, and when you went down to 14 especially, trying to make control of it. How was it from where you were looking?
Yeah, good. Obviously difficult, Bob going off with a red card, but I think credit to the forward pack, slowing things down and making us back the job easier for us. So yeah, slowing it down, pinning the corners, that's all we've got to do, and we've managed to get a really good result out of it. So yeah, happy.
What is the target now?
Well, for us, we'll just take it game by game. But obviously after last season, we know what it feels like to win the cup at the end of the season. So for us, we'll just keep working. But that's in the back of our mind for sure.
Confidence must be oozing in the camp, do you think, after this win?
Yeah, definitely. It's a good start to the 2018, and yeah, hopefully onwards and upwards from here.
Well, many congratulations, Sam. You are the man of the match. Quentin from Yoti is going to present you with your bottle of champers. And Thomas, many congratulations to your lads. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So there you is the end of this tie here at the Concord campus. Join us next week when we see in Hartpury, in fact, when they host Exeter. From all of us here, thanks for joining us. Bye for now.